person to hear from before the general takes command. Pastor Phil Shively, he had mentioned prior to this event how helpful it would be if elders could also attend. And we don't know how many elders are here with us tonight. But we wanted you here, and the idea was that, the entire leadership, or several of the leaders of the church, would be exposed to the same thing, and that would alleviate the pastor from having to go back and try to explain everything. Listen to what I'm thinking and what I heard. You know what I'm talking about. You come back from a conference, pastors, and then it's almost impossible to bring that deposit back to everybody else, because if one of those things you say, you should have been there. So you're here, and we're glad you're here. And there is now a call to the elders of churches, because elders, your job, of course, you look at the New Testament, and you look at church government. Elders come alongside. There's a team of elders that it appears always existed. Right? Paul appointed elders in every town. Told that to Titus, Timothy. You guys do the same thing. And here you are to come alongside, and also to be watchmen on the wall. And so to address elders is an elder, Doug Noyes. Doug is a professor at Oglala Lakota College. He is a former police captain here in Rapid City and former SWAT commander, so don't get out of line. He's also the co-host of the new talk show called Behind the Curtain. And I want you to welcome my good friend, Doug Noyes, would you?
Good evening. I'll make this brief. Scott outlined a little bit of my background and some of the things that I've done. I retired as a captain after 22 years with the police department. I then finished up a master's degree at the School of Mines in engineering management. I'm a graduate of the FBI National Academy. I ran other people's businesses, some of them more than $1 million a year, for about 7 years, and my own, which wasn't. I teach business in the business department for the tribal college. I teach management and leadership. I'm telling you these things not to impress you or brag. My goodness, I'm speaking before a 3-star general. I'm telling you these things because I hope in some way it'll give me a little bit of credibility. I know management and I know leadership. And there's a difference. And historically, if you look back and biblically, the role of deacons and elders has been management. But it's time for us to step up into those roles of leadership. About 4 years ago, I started helping Pastor Scott with his radio broadcasts of his sermons. We had a lot of fun doing that, and it led into us talking about doing a radio show, some kind of talk show. We started talking about what would we do, and I had interview skills. I'd been interviewing thieves and embezzlers for years. I thought maybe we should do something in politics and just continue that. But we started talking about behind the curtain, and the issue is that there are so many things going on in the world, so many things affecting us as Christians that we are not getting the truth about. So we decided to go after that truth, and I have had the opportunity with Scott to interview people like the Benham brothers. They are the guys that, before it was even aired, had their TV show canceled because of their views on homosexuality and same-sex marriage. We have interviewed William Federer, a nationally known expert on Islam. We interviewed people from Museum of the Bible to open this fall in DC. I couldn't do those things without getting smarter about those things. And it's because of that I had to start learning. And I took it upon myself. I can't interview somebody about the ARC project in Kentucky unless I have learned something about the ARC project in Kentucky. So it forced me into getting smarter and smarter and smarter. And that's my challenge to y'all tonight, is that we need to get smarter. We need to know how to deal with the issues and the problems that come at us. The questions like, if God wants me to be happy, and what makes me happy is living with another man, why shouldn't God like that? Do you know the answer to that? Do you know that? Those are the things that you're going to be confronted with. You're getting a book tonight. That book is a field manual. The book will give you a start on how to answer a lot of the questions that are going to come at you from today's world. Reading the Benham Brothers, I came across a quote by Leonard Ravenhill. Leonard Ravenhill said that if Jesus had preached the same message that ministers preach today, he would never have been crucified. We're challenging the pastors, but what are you going to do as an elder if your pastor becomes a watchman? I can tell you right now, your pastor is going to be subject to criticism. He's going to be attacked. People are going to come after him. And so I would challenge you, elders and deacons, that I want you to be David's mighty men. You need to stand behind your pastor. You need to have his back. But those guys just weren't defensive. All right? David wanted a glass of water. They went out and attacked the Philistines in Bethlehem to get it for him. That's not very defensive, if you ask me. And so you all need to sit down and learn those things you need to learn to counter-offensive. When people question your pastor, you don't just defend them. You go after them and you question their reasons, their beliefs. Why do they think the way they do? You can't do that and get smart unless you get smart. I hope that we've challenged you with those things tonight. Last night at Sioux Falls, we got done and walked out. And the guy said, "Gee, you guys are a bunch of rebels." I think we're just telling the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So, thank you, folks.
Thank you so much. Oh, he's such a blessing to me. The elders, my elders, oh, I love them to death. They got my back.